The Tropical Aquarium just got officially revealed by LEGO, and while I personally can't show you the model yet, what I can show you is a presentation done by the model designer that I got to see a few weeks ago during LEGO Fan Media Days. Here's how that went.
Hello everyone. What we have is something that we've never done before. SKU 10366. I believe the name is Tropical Aquarium. So the way this came to be is I was just staring at at one of our color palettes and I thought like, whoa, could we just use all of these? Thankfully our design process is a little bit more nuanced than that, but we wanted to combine nature and put it in your living room. Basically, we're kind of experiencing an interior design malaise in sense of color, so it was really fun working with a lot of different colors. It's, you know, when you design cars, you don't often get to pick a glittery purple and stuff like that to use, and all these interesting elements. So it's really something that we kind of tested the shapes and colors of the Lego system. I have Matteo with me, and he's our element designer. There was one difficult thing to do with difficult shape to recreate, which was the fins of the fish. And I think Matteo can tell you more about that element.
Yeah, so we developed one new element for the fins. So we decided to not do two specific elements, but rather do like something generic that you can use to pattern and like adapt to different fish. So the element look like that, and I try to make it like simple enough so it can be do different patterns, and as well you can adapt to different size of fish.
And we've used, of course, we wanted to create some level of interactivity to give it another level. So we added a little bit of a few hidden functions, like if you turn this rock, there's a little crab that comes out. If you turn the crank, the fish comes on. We kept the functions fairly simple. It's like this anemone will wiggle around, and then we have a treasure chest that will open and close if you turn the crank. We didn't want to burden the consumer too much with technical features and gears to build a lot of technical stuff. We want to enjoy mostly building nature for it. So we kept them quite simple, but I think they give a little bit of a level, an extra level to the things. I think you'll also find a lot of minifigure elements that are used around to create patterns, like chef's hats in purple and really funny things going on. We're open to questions if you're...
For the background, you used a bunch of those curved tiles to give that water element. Did you use any other things, you know, when you were trying to figure out what would be the best look for that?
Yeah, the whole background was, there was a lot of thought when we test what kind of environment you can place this in. It would really be dependent on what is behind it, and you would get a lot of, with so much color and so much shaping going on, it really loses the silhouette once you have anything in the back. So we really wanted to create a background, but then also give it some more purpose. So it also serves as to create stability, so I can actually pick this up no problem, and to give it a bit of texture and some interesting patterns. We thought the shadows that the water casts would be
Yeah,
a good idea.
looks good.
For the yellow coral, is that like a power effect element that was recolored?
Yeah, that's a
Is
good
that
spot.
Ninjago?
Yeah, most people
Yes.
can't spot that, but it is, yeah,
So
one of
neat.
those funny superhero things, yeah.
What was the thought process behind making this a saltwater tank instead of a freshwater tank?
Yeah, it's obviously you get a lot more opportunity for color, and we had because I don't know anything about aquariums when I started with this, I had to find someone in the company. It was Caesar, who's actually is a bit of a fan of saltwater aquariums, so I had to ask him questions like, what do you mean you can't put a eel with this fish together? Apparently some species will eat each other. But that's, I think, also a bit of this is where we can really use the Lego medium to create something that we can't do with real life. So we've taken a lot of creative liberties in creating also species that are kind of more inspired by our imagination than real fish.
Is there any consideration for like modularity or customization? Can you rearrange the fish a lot, or the different like plants in there?
So there is in the instructions there is no guidance to how to do that, but I feel like anyone who's a little bit more experienced it would be very easy to you to swap things out because a lot of the connectors are shared, so it's up to you to kind of figure that out.
Have you managed to use the whole current Lego colour palette, or is there anything that you weren't able to use?
One of the interesting things I think I found about this is that actually one of the colors we didn't use for this is the color we call vibrant coral. It wasn't really intentional, it was just a color that didn't work for us for this. So there's definitely a lot more colors that we haven't used here, but I think it's one of those that spans quite a huge range. Yeah.
Did you try motorizing it by any chance?
I'm scared to admit how many things we've tried to motorize in the company, but it was never the intention to have it motorized. It's just the level of how we build things needs to be at a much higher level for us to be able to motorize and really rely on that function to work.
What was the process like in choosing which aquatic life to put in here in terms of, you know, which kinds of fish and which kinds of coral and other things? Was there a large process of choosing different things, or was it like, I like this one because this is a color I can use here and this is a thing that I could use there for some decoration?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a simple answer to that. Because like the amount of stuff I had to choose from was so immense. We've played around with also like man-made objects. We had at one point a lighthouse built in and a lot of things, and there's a level of when it gets a little bit too gimmicky if you add a lot. So we really wanted to bring the focus back to nature. The SeaWorld is such a big unknown that we have basically carte blanche to find almost anything works. Some of the things were inspired by it, as you will see in the BI, like this is their, I believe it is called a screw top anemone, bubble tip anemone. There's a couple of corals and angelfish that we have that are inspired by real species, but some of them we did make up because they just fit our aesthetic.
For that, what you just said with the pink tentacle things coming out,
Yep.
Is that using that technique, like the lamp piece?
Yes, so this would be from you might know that from the Pixar lamp. Yeah.
So was that your first choice? Did you automatically know, or did you try like brick building that structure? Or how was that like?
Yeah, that was. It's actually a pretty unusual shape to build, and I was attempting to build it out of bricks, and then I was just going to lunch and saw this funny piece, and I asked what it was, and creative lead of Lego Idea said, "Oh, we're doing that for a lamp. Can I use that? Yeah, please do." So that's
Is that recolored? It was only in white before.
It was in white. I think it's
Okay.
printed also, right? The one in the lamp. I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but this one's in number 38, dark orange.
Can you make the crab come out again?
Sure.
I
Yeah.
know, right?
Here, I can turn it.
And the other functions, very quick.
Yep. We have the fish.
We just have time for one last question.
All right.
I'll say if we could see what the back looks like when that's done as well.
Okay.
Thanks.
I'll turn it around.
Pick one piece. Yeah.
Yes.
How did you get the crab out?
I turned this little stone piece here,
Wow.
and it's connected with. There's a lot of axles going on here in the back.
Thank you so much.
Now, I'm sure the question on everyone's mind, myself included, is who is this $500 fish tank for? Yes, you heard me right. That is the price tag. Keep an eye out for the review coming very soon. The project page with all of the details can be found below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.